What's going on, everybody? Hope you are having a fantastic day. Today we are going to do a little ownership update on my Truck Hero parts, which are the Husky Liners, the Extang Trifecta 2.0 tonneau cover, and the N-Fab steps. Please stay tuned. So I'm going to be honest with you, this video was supposed to be a 6-month update, which means I should have done it 2 months ago. But the reason I waited till now is 2 months ago, none of the products had any kind of snow experience. So I wanted to wait for a couple snowstorms to test them out in that, and then I was going to go ahead and give this review. So that is why you're really getting an 8-month review. So the way this is going to go is I'm going to go outside, I'm going to show you the part, I'm going to give you a couple impressions and things like that, and then we will come back into the cab and I will give you some stats. Okay, so this is the Extang Trifecta 2.0 tonneau cover. This is a soft tonneau cover. You could get it in this, the vinyl, or they have a signature series, which kind of feels like a Jeep soft top. But as you can see, it's pretty springy. It definitely doesn't make any sound in the wind when you drive, which is a good thing, especially highway speeds. There are tonneau covers out there that will really make a lot of vibration noise, but this is good. The seal is really good as far as keeping rain and snow out and everything like that. And it is obviously a simple fold forward, which I will show you in a minute. And it is a very, very simple install and take off. So I get this question a lot too. A lot of people ask me, will it work if you have the deck rail system? It absolutely will. You get these brackets, you screw them into the deck rail system, but this is how you take it on and off. You pull these down kind of like this and it goes up in here. Okay. And then on this side, same thing. And that's really all you do. Then you come up here and you could flip it up one way if you want, if you just need this part of the bed, or you can go all the way to the top and then you have your fasteners here to hold it this way. Now, as you can see with that bracket back there, all you have to do is twist off that rubber piece on the bottom and this whole cover comes off. Probably takes about, I don't know, less than a minute, minute and a half to get the entire thing off and put it back on. So we will start with the Extang Trifecta 2.0 cover. Price roughly around 400 bucks. Look around the web, do your research. I'm sure you can find the best price available, but the median is about 400 bucks. Good thing about the item is it lays flat even at the transitions. That's a big part. If you look at some soft tonneau covers, right where they bend, you'll always see that it never seals down right all the way across the bed, and that bugs me. So this one is by far the best at that. Totally seals down to the bed, good to go. Keeps the water out. Nothing worse than having a soft tonneau cover that doesn't keep the water out. You just got to make sure when you put the cover on, it is properly installed, meaning that you're covering all gaps. You're going forward enough on the bed so it actually keeps the water out. Don't be afraid to give it the hose test once you put it on to find that proper spot to keep a good seal and keep everything out of it. Another good thing that I didn't write on here, but I will mention, is when there's a lot of snow and the snow is weighing down on it, it keeps its shape. So it really has a good skeleton under there to hold the actual tonneau cover in place. It doesn't bow in and collapse or anything like that. So it's really well built, the Extang Trifecta 2.0. I highly recommend it. It forms tight over the bed to avoid wind noise. We talked about that outside. That's a big thing for me. I had a buddy with a truck and we were on the highway and the whole time you could just hear it flapping. It sounded like an old Jeep Wrangler. If you know some of the soft tops, they just flap in the wind. But this one really stays tight to the bed, so you don't really hear any noise or anything like that. You know, it keeps true to its form. So definitely a big thing if you're looking at a soft tonneau cover for sure. And last but not least, but probably the most important, easy on and off. This isn't one of those tonneau covers that you have to put on and you can never take off again. I've taken this thing on and off about 16 times just because of needing the bed, not needing the bed. And it's easy to do if you're on the go. So if you didn't know you were going to need to take it off and you're somewhere, and well, I got to take it off, I got to fit this refrigerator in here or something. Takes 2 seconds, no big deal, no tools needed, just your hands to take it on and off. And that is a huge thing because sometimes it's like a tonneau cover. It takes time, it takes tools to get off, so you got to know before you go to a place. But this item is one of those things you can take on and off whenever you want. Very, very simple to do. The Extang Trifecta 2.0 tonneau cover definitely gets a high mark in my book for sure. Product number 2 are these N-Fab steps. By far my favorite steps. I feel like they bring this whole truck together as far as what I was trying to do with color and everything. This is the textured black editions. They have them in like a shiny black. They also have them in a chrome if that's what you want. But these things are built to last
some of my favorite things about these steps is A, they look dirty, but even dirty, they still look cool. It's a one-piece construction. If you look at some of these steps that are available on the market today, you got to put in the brackets first, and then you have to secure the actual step to the bracket. No, this is one piece all the way through. Really easy install. There's bolt holes already in the truck in 3 different spots. Simple to put on. The one thing that I want to give note to people, just so you know, I mean, if you've seen my pictures before on Instagram and stuff, it does get a little snow buildup right here, but other than that, no problem. People ask me all the time, is it slippery here? Not for me. It has these holes here that actually give you grip, but you know, obviously be careful if there's ice, make sure you're good to go. But overall, very happy with these steps. This is my second set. I had them on my TRD Pro as well.
All right, so the N-Fab steps I feel are probably the best looking step out there. Huge fan of them, which is obviously why I bought them. And like I said, it brought the project together of what I was trying to do. Now, originally I bought these steps for my 2016 TRD Pro Tundra because they look good with that setup as well, which was, you know, pretty much body color and all black everything. And these steps are the textured black ones that just kind of tied it all together. There are some great other options out there for steps, but for certain looks, these N-Fab steps are fantastic. If you go on their website, there's a lot of different options. We're just kind of going over the ones I have today because we're doing the update. But go on their website, check out some of the other stuff they have. They have a great reputation of being reliable and great long-term parts. But some things about these steps here, very easy to install. Very easy to install. Like I said, outside, they're one piece each, okay? So when you order the steps, they come, here are the 2 steps, and that's it. All the brackets are already connected because they're one piece. And all you have to do is basically what I've done is hold it, push it up, screw it in, done deal. It's not a long or hard installation whatsoever. You do it with a socket set, no problemo. Another thing is they're durable, built to last. These things are rugged. They're not made of plastic. They're made of just hardcore metal. You knock on them, they're good to go. They have that textured Line-X feel over them. Again, if you want other colors, there's the polished black, and I believe there is a silver color as well. But these ones, I mean, they're made of good quality construction materials, good to go, no plastic whatsoever, like we said. They are open-ended on both sides. Excuse me. Now, some people like that, some people hate it, but the reason I like it is anything that gets in can find its way out. So it goes right through, no problem. Nothing ever gets stuck in it or anything like that. The problem is on some of these steps, and the reason for me why the open sides are a good thing, is some of the steps out there that they offer on the market have plastic caps on them. Well, the problem is those plastic caps will break on one side, and then stuff will get in but can't find its way out the other way. You don't want that end up damaging the step or anything like that. So for me, open-ended on both sides, no problem. If anything ever gets caught in it, you could fish it out the other way, no problem. I've never had anything get caught in mine though. Here is my favorite thing about the N-Fab steps for sure. They sit up higher to the body so it doesn't affect ground clearance as much. If you're someone who off-roads your Tundra, or you know, someone who goes on the beach or anything, over dunes, whatever, you want to make sure that the actual part is as close to the body as possible so you don't damage anything. Some of the steps out there on the market today really do hang low. And that is not a good thing for ground clearance, of course. But with these steps, when you're putting it up on your body, there are where you actually screw it into the body. The holes are actually adjustable a little bit if you want to push it more to the body or lower down, whatever you want. You could do that adjustment yourself. But overall, they do push nicely up close to the body. If you end up scraping the bottom a little bit, if you're out there rock crawling or whatever, the things are built to last, so I'm sure they could take the beating, no problem. Like I said, no plastic whatsoever. Now, last but not least, the price of these N-Fab steps are around $440, but like I said, shop around the internet. I'm sure you guys can find some deals wherever you're looking.
And last but not least, we have the Husky Floor Liners. These are the X-Act contours. Absolutely love these to death. As you can see, they have no problem gripping down. They're like a soft rubber, so they grip to the bottom, no problem. Very heavy duty. They go all along your footwell, and it actually holds anything in that you may get. So the good part about these is they're very easy to wash. Just take them out, hose them down, no big deal. This was covered in salt and snow and all the other crap that's on here. And you literally just take it out here, right here, 1, 2, pull it out, hose it off, put it right back in, no problem. And it will always grip down because it's soft. Now, Husky offers 2 kinds of liners for the back when you get the X-Act contours. So you get this right here that actually cuts off here, and then there's another one that actually goes over the hump. I needed this one because obviously I have the box under here. So those are your options you get, but they're the same kind of quality like up front. They grip down nice and easy. They don't shake around or move, so thumbs up here.
And last but not least, we have the Husky Liners. Now, the reason I love my Husky Liners so much is because I used to have the WeatherTechs before these Huskies. So I can really give you a good comparison, a good overall impression on both of them. And the reason these liners are better overall, number one thing for me, is the fact that these liners actually grip all over around the outsides, meaning they're rubber. So they move, so they sit, so they seal to the actual truck, to the molding. On the WeatherTechs that I had before, and the reason I'm pointing that way is my shed, because I still have them in there, they're more of a plasticky feel, and they never actually sat nice on the actual truck floor. The sides would always come up a little bit where it should like kind of sit on the molding on the side by the door sill, and then stuff would get under it. And that was my biggest issue with that. So when I got these, they actually form fit really nicely, and that is by far my favorite thing about those steps. Definitely the fact that they actually do their job even on the outsides. They're definitely built to last. So some notes. First thing on here, it says forms nicely to the footwell. So that's what we just talked about. They sit down, they don't come up in weather. There's no issue where it's too hot, too cold. They'll bend or flex or anything like that. Again, with the WeatherTech floor liners, they were a little weird on the outsides. And you know, when it would get super cold, they felt harder and they wouldn't go down on the sides at all. So that's one thing to keep in mind. They're expensive. These liners nowadays are expensive when you get all four of them. So you want to make sure you're getting something made of quality. And there's the next line. I don't even need to read this. Made of high quality rubber versus WeatherTech, which is plastic. Once again, the rubber's going to win all day long for me. I mean, to each their own. There are some people out there who love the WeatherTechs in the feel, and way to go. If you're happy, that's all that matters. But for me, I like the WeatherTechs. Being their rubber, very easy to clean. And my next one is cleans extremely well. Easy with no staining. Okay, I haven't had any issues with staining on these or the ones in my 2016 TRD Pro. They clean off, no problems. On my WeatherTechs, they would get the salt stains. Even when you washed them, I couldn't get some of the salt stains off. You know how well, if you live in the Northeast, you know, there's a lot of salt out there in the winter to deal with all the snow that we get all the time. And man, you can get some stains on some of your floor mats that just won't come off. Well, these are easy to hose off. No big deal, no issues, and they look brand new every single time when you're done washing them off. And last but not least, I always save the most important thing for last. No slipping on these floor liners. And what I mean by no slipping, again, I'm coming off of my experiences and my experiences only. So you may have a different experience, of course, but I gotta say it. When I had the WeatherTechs and it was icy out or it was rainy out, didn't even have to be icy. When you stepped in them with wet shoes, you might slide a little bit. In these, because they're rubber, they're very grippy. I've never slid one time. And that sliding thing that I'm telling you about right now is the reason I decided to look into other floor liners. That was my biggest reason, because anytime it was wet out in any way, shape, or form, in any different season, it didn't matter. It didn't have to be cold, didn't have to be hot, whatever. Any season, they would slip. And that is never a good thing. You know, you don't want to lose your footing and fall out of the truck. You don't want to, you know, hurt your ankle, whatever. So the biggest thing for me with these is they're very grippy. The rubber is totally good to go, and I've never had a slipping issue at all. As far as price goes, now it's hard to give you the actual price. The setup I have here, $230. But, you know, they differ by what you want. Remember, we talked about the back seat. You could get the actual rubber piece that goes under your CrewMax back seat, or you could get the one I have that cuts off in case you have underseat storage like I do. So there are some options, so go on there. There's the Extang contours like I have now, but they also have other ones too. They have bed mats. They have all sorts of things on the Husky Liners website, so go check it out. Like I said, $230 for my setup, but, you know, do your research. All right, so there you go. That is my ownership update on these three products. All three products are fantastic so far. Of course, I will keep you updated along the way. You know, as we go down the road with these products to see how they break down, if any issues occur, anything like that, you guys will be the first to know. Nothing negative to report so far. You know, I bought these products with the knowledge of knowing what the best products out there are. Probably because each of these three products I had in my 2016 TRD Pro Tundra, the truck before this, and I knew I had good quality with them then, and I wanted to continue on down the road. Husky Liners, by far, to me, are the best liners you can buy. If you've never heard of them or anything like that, go check them out, huskyliners.com. The Extang Trifecta 2.0 tonneau cover, I bought because everybody raved about it. So I wanted to try it out for myself, and guess what? It's just as good, if not better, than everybody says. fantastic. You know, it's worth the money because it's a long-term part that is durable and reliable, which is what we all want. As Toyota fans, we're all about durability and reliability, so check them out if you're in the market for a tri-fold soft cover. And of course, last but not least, the N-Fab steps. Not only are they the best looking steps around in my opinion, but they are also the best performing step around. I love them, wouldn't trade them for the world. Go on their website, check them out. They have a lot of different varieties. Like we said, it's not just the steps I have. They have podium step ones, all different types of Nerf bars, all different types of setups, N-Fab, check them out. But yeah, I'm very happy with these 3 products, and if you guys need any information, obviously comment below the video, and I will give you some information or answer your questions, whatever you got. Twitter and Instagram at TundraDude34, TundraDude34 at gmail.com. You guys have a fantastic day.